After the amazing Brazilian Grand Prix at Sao Paulo Interlagos, we move to paradise. Welcome to the 2024 Las Vegas Grand Prix. We're deep in the heart of Sin City as we get going to possibly crown Max Verstappen a four-time world champion. Welcome to the final three races. Max Verstappen finally winning last time out then for the first time since the Spanish Grand Prix as well. But still, three races remain here in Las Vegas, over to Qatar, and the season rounding out in Abu Dhabi. Formula One's final triple header before an almighty 2025 calendar. Taking a look back though, it is still anyone's chance for the Constructors' Championship. This circuit very much favours McLaren and Ferrari, whereas Qatar suits the McLaren as well. In the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen has his first chance to become a world champion, 393 points to Lando Norris on 331. Charles Leclerc on 307 for Oscar Piastri on 262. Carlos Sainz on 244, then a big gap before the Mercedes. Russell out of Hamilton by just 2 points. Perez is in 8th, the only non-winner this year from a top team. Then it's Fernando Alonso ahead of Nico Hulkenberg and Yuki Tsunoda, breaking up into 11th place. In the second half, Pierre Gasly now on 26 points ahead of Lance Stroll on 24. Esteban Ocon with second place now from the Interlagos race, puts him on 23 points in 14th. Magnussen then heads Albon, who heads Ricciardo and Behrman. Colin Pinto, no points last time out, ahead now of Liam Lawson. Still no points for either Kings Albert of Zhou Guanyu or Valtteri Bottas, and Logan Sargent has now left the championship. McLaren lead the Constructors' Championship 593 points to Ferrari's 557. Red Bull catching them up on 544, but Mercedes are way off at 382. Aston Martin now hate Alpine in 6th, who have jumped Haas, Visa Cash Up RB, and Williams, and still no points on the board for the Sauber F1 team in 2024. Let's take a look around the brand new Las Vegas street circuit. Designed here on the Strip, it's our third ever Grand Prix in Nevada after Caesar's Palace in 1980 and 1981. Get a good, nice run coming out of the curved last corner on a curved start-finish straight. Down towards turn 1, hard on the brakes, around about 4th gear. Gradually get on the accelerator, allow it to curve you round. Avoid the pit exit before tight into turn 3. Double, triple, and even quadruple apex as you hurtle down the back straightaway. Nice open at the DRS as well, but as you stamp on the brakes, it's a very hard entry point. A wall just in the braking zone as well means you're going to be diving for an apex and hoping it's there. Now it's the tightest part of the course. Literally braking and turning, a very tight left followed by a very tight right, past the sphere as you come underneath the bridge section. Hurtle back down as well, the sphere looking at you as you hurtle back down past the Nevada Hotel. Now, get up to speed once more before one of another tricky braking zone. Brake, 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 turn in, very hard sort of triangle corner exit curve before you enter the Las Vegas Strip. Everything flying around you with night lights as well. This is the only night race on the calendar where every session is under the lights. You're in 8th gear, maximum, revving out the engine with DRS open before stamping on the brakes into the last 3 corners as well, flicking the car in, hoping you don't hit the barrier before full throttle right to the end of the lap. Open up the DRS once more as you come around the start-finish straight. And that is a lap of the Las Vegas Strip circuit. It's time then for qualifying on the streets of Las Vegas for round 22 of the Formula One World Championship. and the Las Vegas Strip Circuit. Again, slippery and dangerous. There's the view from Google Earth. Here's a special treat for you all. Live view of the circuit here as well. Night has fallen. That's down then. A total of the circuit, by the way. This is 10, 11 and 12. And then, coming down as well, the Las Vegas Strip at turn 13. That's actually where Lance Stroll stopped this morning, right there on the boulevard, right in front of us. So we've got the live cameras, and you'll be able to see those throughout the session as well, via our onboards. And also, we've got them set up alongside the Comcam as well. Alongside me in the commentary box then for this one is JT. Hello, JT. Nice to have you back. How are you doing, my friend?
Hello.
It's early.
It's a bit early, isn't it?
Touch early. Max Verstappen and Red Bull. I know you've seen the highlights and you're all set up. What a calamity they're having this weekend as well with the rear wing. What do you make of it?
Yeah, it's a little bit interesting because, well, the only thing that I really noticed in the highlights was tyre smoke from lockups. That's the only ever thing that I saw.
There's literally no grip here. It's a gripless circuit.
There's no grip, and it's like, well, turn 14 is kind of becoming the world champions corner for going wide.
It is, yeah, straight on. We've had Hamilton off there, Max has been off there as well, and Alonso's run wide a couple of times. It really is a mad area of the circuit to get right. Just a quick thing as well with this graphic we've got hold of as well via the data. These live webcams, if you want to watch them yourself as well, are on enroads.com, and if you go to Sands Avenue on the Las Vegas Strip, there are 2 cameras there that you can keep an eye on. It's all ready then to get going for qualifying. Let's hand over back to Simon as we get ready.
We're in Vegas, baby. This has to be the greatest sporting event in Las Vegas history. Qualifying is underway.
Yeah, well, they've mucked up their microphone there with how loud the music is compared to the commentary. So, Megan Birch alongside me in the box, JT as well with us. It's time to get going for the Las Vegas Grand Prix qualifying, the most unpredictable of the year. The wind's up, the track temperature's down. Here comes qualifying. All set to go for qualifying here on the streets of Las Vegas. We raced here once in the 1980s as well, around a car park. We decided a World Championship then as well. Is the Sin City going to be 4th time a charm for Max Verstappen? Well, he's going to need luck. Be a lady tonight. He's had a terrible start to the weekend as well. But this circuit is high-speed drama flat out. It's a 6.120 kilometre circuit, 3.803 miles, 17 turns, 2 DRS zones as well. Average speed at this lap time is over 300 kilometres an hour. Pirelli bringing with them the hard C3, medium C4, soft C5 tyre compound as well, in order to see if that is going to be any faster than what we saw last year. Brand new billiard smooth table as well, should be quite entertaining. We've got track cameras hopefully in operation out there on the circuit. They're just having a bit of a loading problem at the moment, it seems like, as well, to get into it. But we will have the action from down on the surface, and JT's alongside us in the commentary box as well to give all the action, news, views and opinions. It should be, JT, a fantastic session as we get ready to go racing once more. There's the Trump Tower. Not exactly the best thing to start on. Danica Patrick's probably a bit happy there as well, but all set to go, and the conditions suboptimal. Track temperature 14 degrees, air temperature 12.1. These are not temperatures where you expect racing cars to be at.
I still wish it was that here.
Yes, same here actually.
It's been a bit cold the last couple of days, hasn't it?
It has. It's really actually frozen up a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, over tonight, down here, it's gone from cold to wet and windy. So if I don't come back for the race on Sunday morning, it's because I've blown away in the 50-mile-per-hour winds at Ringwood.
It seems to be the situation, doesn't it, as well, as we're just trying to load in around here as well where we need to be, because we've actually lost one of our cameras down here, and it's hard to always to see where we need to be out here on the venue. So Megan's going to wander into the commentary box shortly. I've found it, and give us her latest news, views, and opinions. Yeah. Oh, actually, is that her walking in now? Yes, it is. Fantastic. So show video on the feed. Yeah, I'm having to do loads of things alongside it. There's Lewis Hamilton watching on. Fingers crossed he's going to be okay this evening as we get our live cameras back operational. Seems like they like doing it at the start of the session to twitch over, so that's always the case. Thank you, Megan, to come into this. But yeah, JT, one more question to you actually as well. Can Max Verstappen win the championship this weekend despite all the problems he's having?
I mean, I think I would have said at the start of the weekend, yes, it's possible before free practice 1.
Yeah.
But go on, Ted, as there's issues down at Aston Martin.
Oh,
failed. It had to be replaced, and then that takes a long time, and the repairs are still going on to Lance Stroll's car. It's going to be really touch and go, Crofty, to see whether he can make it for this qualifying 1 session. But otherwise, yeah, all calm in the pit lane. I see a Mercedes with medium tyres on, everyone else on the softs, and well, they call it Sin City, Crofty, but everyone's been pretty well behaved so far. No excursions into the wall.
Alexander Albon's had a bit of a feature out there, but we're 18 seconds away. JT, what do you reckon then as well coming into it? Are we going to see Max Verstappen world champion number 4?
I think it all depends on who can stay on the track. Of course, Lance Stroll had that technical problem at the end of FP3.
Green light, and we're underway here for qualifying number 1 of the Las Vegas Strip Circuit in Sin City. Cars venture out onto the circuit, and we will be underway. Our own cameras as well, trackside, to help give us all the information we need. Our OBS at the moment stretched out like, well, ridiculous at the moment. Megan Birch alongside me in the comms box. Megan, ready to go. Track temperature dropping. We've got the wind speed rising. It's all going well today, isn't it?
It is. And it is.
There we go.
very
Hello.
cold.
There we go. All back up and running now after a little bit of a tech error. Green light is on, and qualifying number 1 is underway here at Las Vegas. The cars venturing out. Russell ahead of Albon as well. Wind speed 2.9 as well coming through. Track temperature 14.5, air temperature 11.9, 26% chance of rain. Megan Birch alongside me in the commentary box with JT as well down in pit lane. And Megs, the conditions here, cool, calm, but they're all, I think, going to have to go straight out there. Must be on soft. It's too cold at this time of night to try the mediums to get through for qualifying.
It is. All right.
Well, this is going great, isn't it, at the start, as they go through. Watch the webcams below us, because the cars are about to fly through any second now, as you see. So we will have webcam and track access. I'm so happy that we've got 2 cameras. I really am. The car's going to fly by while me and Megan are talking. So, yes, what do you reckon? Ready to go for quali? Are you shivering? You've got a heater on.
Yes, I am shivering because I am freezing.
It was quite nice in here.
I am predicting maybe really good things from Mercedes. And obviously I still can't talk that much.
Did you see an F1 car below us? I did. Fantastic news. So they're all coming through. We've got cars on screen here on JB Motorsports for Formula 1. That's what I love. I was looking forward to Vegas. You don't get anywhere else but here in Vegas as we fly through. So Gasly's 30.399 in that sector, looking okay.
Why is that Sphere so obsessed with Gasly recently?
It's
What happened to the rules from last year that the sphere was not allowed to be red or yellow or blue?
They've scrapped that all weekend, haven't they?
Yeah.
In fact, when the red flag came out,
It did a red flag.
it did a red flag, yeah. And it flashed yellow, didn't it, at one point? And there's a billiard down the Las Vegas Strip as Gasly comes through past the cameras as well. I don't know how delayed the webcams are that you're seeing back at home, so it's better than nothing, eh? Driver tracker and track cameras, better than nothing out here on JB Motorsports with the webcams. But yeah, that large rectangular board there, which is horseshoe, it flashed yellow and drivers lifted off. They've complained and it will now not be flashing yellow throughout the rest of
Well,
the
as
evening.
soon as you said that, it just turned yellow. So.
Oh, great. So they obviously not been listened to yet.
I've seen they've spray painted or painted a pit lane line.
Yeah, after the Williamses yesterday could not find their way in, they have. There was Gasly going through. Okay, so the webcams are about 20 seconds delayed on pictures. So it's not perfect, but it's something. Oh, look, there was a car. Oh, I'm gonna have fun looking back at that later. Las Vegas webcams, fantastic. The other webcam that we get to use, of course, if everybody knows, Bristol Motor Speedway, where we get to sit back in the commentary box, put our feet up and commentate on the action because the camera shows the whole track. Brilliant.
nice.
I love that race so much. JT, I wish more circuits had webcams like this. And of course it's CCTV. Last year, the CCTV was in black and white. This year, it's in colour.
Was it in black and white? I can't remember.
It was in black and white, yeah. Carlos Sainz's engine explosion came up in black and white. This year, it's in beautiful colour. So it's looking good. First lap times then, Joe and Bottas. It's a 136.777. Bottas 136.820.
Blue. The Sphere's blue.
It's blue. So that is slow cars on track to come through. I'll take it with ease. I'm so happy about the cars. The one just below us, if you're watching on JB Motorsports, YouTube and Twitch, the first one, that is turn 11. And then the one below that, that is the Las Vegas Strip at turn 13 where the DRS line starts. So that's where Stroll retired this morning. 2 more cars flying through. Oh, I'm going to love that in the race. JT's with us as well. And we should also have, possibly, Alicia Whitmore joining the team tomorrow or at some point in the last 3 races as well. So Lizzie's going to be joining us for some work, possibly Qatar and Abu Dhabi, I reckon. Because I'm not going to ask her to get up at 6. We'll see how she goes.
I also see that someone is not so tired from Macau. He's actually kept up with his Macau schedule. Hello, Miss.
Yeah.
I see you in the background.
He's watching along in the commentary box as well. He's having a very well-deserved weekend off, is Omi. He'll be back with us in Qatar for the F2 action, and the same as Abu Dhabi as well. And in the racing, I think he's hosting one of them. I don't know which one. I think he's hosting Qatar.
Because I think we can all agree that literally everyone has forgot about F2 and F1 Academy.
Yes. We were saying yesterday in the session, and we actually forgot it was on. Perez then, 4th fastest time on the soft, so 1:34.879. Megan, 4th fastest time, and he's being beaten by Tsunoda, Alonso and Gasly. That's not great in that Red Bull at the moment. They really are shocking at the moment.
They shouldn't have done the design they did on the wings.
Have you seen them actually cutting it? They literally just got like a saw, one of those little round saws, and carved it off, dentist drill.
Well, that's worrying.
They drew a line and carved it. It was quite funny.
That's worrying on the strength.
Yeah, it is actually coming into it.
Yeah.
Hamilton up.
Well.
Go on, JT.
Here's the talking point. Hamilton third, 134.238. He's consistent this weekend.
Yeah.
And, well, on my notes here from watching the highlights of the practice sessions, Omi will be happy that I listened to 6 minutes of Alex Jakes. Well, all I've put is Mercedes are quick.
They
Because
really
they
are.
are.
Yeah. They really, really are, and it's Mercedes who've got the advantage around here because the car suits it. Billiard smooth track surface, no
I see
bumps.
what you did there.
Thank you. No bumps, no high curbs, and a car that doesn't bounce and purpose. So they're fine.
Yeah.
Why is the white
When
flag
was
out
the
for
last time a
Because
Mercedes topped all practice sessions? That's
Ooh.
that's
a
one
brain
for the
teaser.
statman.
Yeah, that's got to be Sao Paulo, maybe, because they dominated that weekend 22. That was the only practice session. But all three in a normal weekend, very long time ago. Maybe not even 2021. I would say probably 2020 when Hamilton was that
Yeah,
dominant.
and
I thought they did it earlier
even-
this year.
They could have done. I can't remember.
I don't think I saw one clip of the Mercedes running wide at any corners.
Hamilton did go off at 14 at one point in the session. He did lock up, but in terms of sliding through a normal regular corner, no, they've been on course. It's been the Red Bulls that have been struggling the most, and the McLarens. Max Verstappen over the line then goes only 5th on his lap time, 1:34.353. This last corner actually here at the circuit, turn number 17. It is
Not really existent, is it?
no, it's 8th gear, 330 kilometers an hour. It is faster. It's the same degree angle as the old Tamburello, but it's faster than Tamburello, and there's less runoff than Tamburello. Just saying. I know Senna
that's not
died
good.
there, but why in the modern era can't we have the old Tamburello back? With all the
Because they're
modern safety equipment we've got, let's have the old Tamburello back.
Petition it.
No,
Omi
because
has sent in Manus's channel. How did you forget, lol? I mentioned F2 and F1 Academy about 20 times last week. Omi, my mic was so low when I joined the commentary box. It was at 54 instead of 90, and that's because I haven't used this microphone for 2 weeks. That's how long I've not been in the commentary box for.
Ooh, when?
Anyway,
What was last week?
last week was Macau and MotoGP season finale. Yeah, me and Megan have really been hit. This is our last night race as Charles Leclerc comes across the line and does a fastest time, 1:33.966 here on Friday evening. Yeah, this is mine and Megan's 10th weekend in a row of doing night races as Jared
Awesome.
Leto watches on, the musician. But me and Megan are like, this weekend's hit us more than any other, isn't it?
Doesn't help that I'm not well.
Yeah, and also there's not 3 hours in between the sessions. There's only 2 hours. So
I didn't get any sleep.
No, I didn't.
When this finishes, I'm getting ready for bed as well because I may have only got dressed at 9 o'clock at night, but I'll just wear this for the race and wear my bed clothes
Yeah. I mean,
throughout the day.
do you get the same feeling as me, Megan? Now, once you're up, you can't sleep because you know you've got to be up soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've got. So I feel more relaxed knowing that there's nothing else on. I can just sleep.
And I've been too cold to sleep.
see,
I-
that's the thing about See, I was like, I might actually get up for FP3. Then I was like, I looked at the clock, 11:45, and I was like, there's no way I'm getting up in 2 hours.
Yeah, that's the thing. I said to myself, I'll go to bed at 9. I went to bed at 9, didn't fall asleep until 11.
I went to bed at 11:30.
No, I must have gone back. I went to bed at 9:30, sorry. Because I came back down. I took the heat on the carriage.
Yeah, you did.
Two Ferraris slips to each other down the boulevard. You can see on the webcams below us here as we get Sainz ahead of Leclerc into the braking zone. Perez just ahead of Hulkenberg and Magnussen too. It's Piastri fastest from Norris, Leclerc, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Alonso, Russell, Verstappen, Albon, Gasly, Colapinto, Lawson, Perez, Lawson, Joe, Bottas, and in the drop zone, Ocon as well. Now Bottas, Sainz goes second on the board. Verstappen fast in that middle section. JT, I think you're going to say something.
Yeah, the reason that I was up at 11:45 last night is, well, you can blame I'm a Celebrity to get me out of here.
Yes, that is. I need to catch up actually on that one.
And then I was like, when I woke up Friday morning for school, I was like, Ah, yes, 2 practice sessions happened last night. Wow.
It's getting colder.
It did not feel like there had been Formula 1 practice at all. Because, to be fair, there wasn't that much build-up in the F1 race control channel.
No, there wasn't.
As there normally was.
And I'll tell you something else for free. Because all the sessions in Las Vegas take place at night, and it's night for us all the time, you get confused. It's the only race on the calendar for the UK viewers where it's night and night.
I'm not sure what day it is.
Well, you do lose track of the days, don't you? It's Saturday for us here in the UK. It's 6:13 a.m. But over there in Las Vegas, it's Friday night at 10 o'clock.
So, I have to do a
Because, yes,
podcast.
you would love Formula 1 cars racing around at 10 p.m. at night. Only Las Vegas.
I have to do a podcast, and I haven't fully planned what I need to do yet. I really need to do it, but I'm so tired I can't.
Oh, you'll be okay. Look at that. The Piastri is so much faster on the straights compared to Leclerc. Leclerc's faster in the speed sector. Leclerc across the line goes second. 1:33. 4:46.
I've got a choice to make.
Yeah.
Do I go to bed after qualifying, or do I stay up for a couple of hours and then do B&M and Toby Cavalry breakfast?
B&M Toby Cavalry breakfast sounds quite nice.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean,
I'm
after
going
this,
to
I'm going to
bed.
have some pancakes and a brioche with some Nutella, and I'll then
I'm going to bed.
I will go to bed, yes. And then I'll wake up probably about 11, I think. That's a couple of hours nice.
PM.
AM.
You won't. You'll wake up at 12.
I'll probably wake up, but yeah. But I
Or
know
1.
I want to have an earlier night because I have to be up at 4 a.m. Because I have to go in the bath.
Get more sleep.
I need to be in the comments box at 4:45. So I need to wake up at 4, go in the bath, and then put on a tuxedo and get to the comments box.
I will warn you now that tomorrow for the race I will be on literally very little sleep because it's Ringwood, get home, edit video, waste a couple of hours, then F1.
The waste a couple of hours, you could sleep.
Yeah.
No doubt with how long the video takes to edit, there won't be any hours to waste.
3 minutes to go then in Q1 at the moment. Here's Kevin Magnussen. Started 8th in 2023 with an early pit stop though and a 2-stop strategy. He finished 13th in the main race and he's up to 9th now at the moment on a 1:33.991. McLaren looking to make better here. They had a double Q1 DNF last year as well. Qualified 16th for Lando Norris, but started 15th on the grid, crashed in the race, of course. Piastri qualified 18th. Well, 19th, but started 18th on the grid.
I'm exhausted. Because of my assessments and exams, I haven't had a proper good night's sleep or break in about a month.
Verstappen goes top, 1:33.299. You'll be fine, sir. I must also point out that Sergio Perez is in the drop zone once again. Qualified, he was out in Q2 last year, lined up 11th on the grid though as he comes through. There's James Fowles watching on, but got Albon in the drop zone. Bottas might make it through, but can we just point out for the first time since a sprint qualifying in China and the first time in a main qualifying session, Zhou Guanyu might actually get through to the second part of qualifying for the first time this year. He's running in 11th place right now and he's looking fantastic. He's 9 places up. And Lance Stroll has made it out onto the track. Lance Stroll has made it out onto the circuit. Great work from the Aston Martin guys there after his battery stalled earlier on in the session in practice 3.
It's going to have to be a very quick outlap though.
Yeah, where is he?
I'm not, literally, the sphere was just flashing yellow. What is this?
Over the line, here's Perez then. Can he get through? He's up by a tenth and a half of a second to Bottas this time, but not looking good. I'm so impressed with Zhou Guanyu. If he does manage to get through in this session, I will personally go down to Las Vegas and I'll put a tweet out congratulating him.
I'd ask him why he waited so long.
19 times. Well, hang on, what are we in? 21 times this year in main qualifying. He's been out of qualifying 1 and lined up at the back of the grid. This might be the first time he gets through And a good sign of things to come. Over the line for Perez. He'll move up to only 12th. He doesn't even knock down Zhou Guanyu. How close is that going to be in 40 seconds' time? Here's Lewis Hamilton down through turn 12. You'll see him on your screen shortly as well. On the battle cameras, you can see the cars racing through us below here as Russell's fastest first sector. Verstappen has come into the pit lane, so he feels like he's done enough.
Yellow.
And we've got a yellow flag, and it's Kevin Magnussen. Track clear.
Verstappen is in the pits now.
So that blocked Alonso, Leclerc and Hülkenberg's lap times. Not going to be too important. Oh, here's Hülkenberg, 9th. Alonso's 15th. That might spoil Alonso's run. Checkered flag is out. Russell's quick. So's Ocon. Hamilton fastest, 1:33.225 as the checkered flag comes out. Albon's in danger now as well. Russell takes the top spot, 1:33.186, 39 thousandths faster than Hamilton. Verstappen now down to third, Mercedes 1-2. Here's Esteban Ocon as his teammate Pierre Gasly goes out to 8th place, half a second off of Russell. Ocon's 13th, approaching the last corner. Colapinto goes 9th. He's safely through. That puts Alonso out. Ocon goes 11th. Zhou's down to 13th. Tsunoda's the driver at risk. Lawson goes 14th. That pushes his teammate Tsunoda out. Perez might be eliminated once again here. He was out in Q2 last year, as he's now going to be out in Q1 this year. Tsunoda goes 10th. That's put Lawson in danger. Albon's had a lap time deleted, which puts him out of qualifying. He'll start 18th on the grid. Colapinto, for the second time this year, will out-qualify his teammate as well. Where is Sergio Perez? He is backed out on the lap time. Sergio Perez is out of Q1 once again this season, and for the second year running will not take through into the final part of qualifying here in Las Vegas. So Perez is out, Albon's out, Alonso could be out, Bottas out, Stroll could be out, Zhou Guanyu is through.
I'm not sure Stroll will.
Stroll's out, Stroll's 20th, and Alonso's already backed up his time. He might kick out Lawson. No! For the first time in 2024, Zhou Guanyu progresses to qualifying 2. Yes! Well done, my boy, well done. Critical for 21 Grand Prix. He got through to Q2, of course, in the Chinese Grand Prix sprint race. But for the first time in 2024, Zhou Guanyu progresses to Q2.
That's very good. Perez.
We've just been knocked out. Knocked out by 700ths.
Yeah, unbelievable. It just doesn't get any better. Couldn't find any grip.
And he's been knocked out by his team sister of Liam Lawson. Bottas is out, but you've got to applaud Zhou Guanyu, JT.
Yeah, absolutely, and Zhou Guanyu doing well. If we talk about the other Sauber, well, starts P19. It's not only the P1 championship that can be won this weekend. There's a more important championship to be won than the World Championship itself. The P22 Championship.
Oh, yes. Between Logan Sargent and Valtteri Bottas and Zhou Guanyu. Now, Zhou Guanyu's best finish is of 11th place. Sargent, though, and Bottas trading it, because Sargent's had an 11th place, but Bottas, I think this year has failed to finish higher than 13th, if I'm not mistaken by my notes. Yes. He's finished 13th. Are you ready for this? Monaco, Canada, and Brazil.
Yeah, how it can be won is Bottas will overtake Sargent if he finishes 11th or higher in Las Vegas.
So it's this one.
Sargent will stay in the fight if the Sauber continues to be a dustbin.
Well, Zhou Guanyu's
that is actually on the graphic that I read it from, not my own words, so don't sue me, thank you. Anyway,
Can I ask?
random B&M fines.
Yeah, go on.
Cookies and cream flavoured candy canes.
We need those immediately.
I don't like candy canes.
Cookies and cream flavoured, not mint. Cookies and cream.
Consider it.
Yeah, well, right, JT, we're getting some of those. We're going. Megan.
Can I ask why we're allowed to see everyone else's nationality flag but Lawson's?
Yeah, Lawson's.
Is there
on the
something
Lawson's
against the New Zealand flag?
I just realised. Maybe because he's come into the championship, he's not been there.
Colapinto has his.
That is true. We'll have a look at that. Here's your results then. Russell, Hamilton, Verstappen, Leclerc, Piastri, Sainz, Norris, Gasly, Colapinto, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Ocon, Magnussen, Zhou, Lawson, your 15 through. Perez, Alonso, Albon, Bottas and Stroll. The 5 eliminated here from Q1. All set then for Q2 coming up shortly, and the 15-minute session as well will be quite entertaining to see who's going to be fastest there. Let's first of all though head back down to Sky Sports F1.
So welcome back to Las Vegas, where it is very much warm coats in the stands. The track temperature 14 degrees, the air temperature just over 12 degrees. But well done to Zhou Guanyu, who's been the slowest qualifier in the last 8 races, and he's made it through into Q2. Well done to Haas for their strategy that sees Magnussen and Hülkenberg through and saving tyres in the process. Well done to Mercedes, Martin, who have carried on their form to finish first and second fastest in Q1. But what about at McLaren? Zach Brown is with us, their CEO. He's on the pit wall, as we just see Kevin Magnussen first, and a quick replay to show just how little grip there is out there. Zach, how was that Q1 session for you?
Oh, that was okay. We're just starting our second run, and I don't think we got the optimum operating temperature, so either driver got their first sector optimized, but we made it through comfortably, and I think we should be fine for Q3. The Mercedes continue to look very quick. Max is being the world champion he is, and the Ferraris look good, so it's going to be very close, but Mercedes certainly seem to be the class of the field as well.
And you used an extra set of soft tyres there, Zach, yeah?
Yeah, we didn't last year, and we didn't make it out of Q1, so we took a bit of a conservative approach. Our competitors didn't, but we wanted to be better safe than sorry.
And those soft tyres that you've used in Q1, that second set, you can bring them back in Q2 or not?
Yeah, we only went through the first sector, so we're discussing now what we want to go out on, so we didn't use them too much.
Zach, thanks ever so much indeed. We'll be back with you after Q2, which, off air, Martin Brundle's just said it's going to be tight, this one, isn't it?
It is going to be very tight, yeah. You've got 2 Mercedes, 1 Red Bull, 2 Ferraris and 2 McLarens in the hunt for pole position, certainly for the front row of the grid.
Sergio Perez said there was no grip out there. Well, he wasn't the only driver to say that, but somehow...
Yeah, well, there isn't any grip out there on the circuit, is there, JT? And that's the big worry, and that's why everyone's out there going through to make sure everything's going to be okay, because everybody knows as the green light goes on, this is going to be an absolutely insane session. As I try and get one of my cameras back. Go on.
Formula One had one job. 4 words. Aston Martin safety car.
And they haven't. Have they done it? Is it
It's the Mercedes.
Yeah, I've just remembered also the medical car driver has been given a official warning from the stewards for littering.
This... Yeah, I don't really want to be looking at what's on my screen right now when I have calculated the costs of what it's all going to cost.
Yeah, the Formula 1 announcing a new Lego deal, isn't it?
Well, it's probably going to be around $1,000 for all of it.
That's just mad.
Because they're doing all 10 teams. They're doing a massive Ferrari like they've done a massive McLaren and Mercedes. I've not got the massive Mercedes yet, so that's going to be another 200. Yay. Anyway, yeah, this is literally, right, last week I watched the regular Arava no grip mod. This is the no grip mod in real life.
Yeah, we've lost...
This is literally the no grip mod in real life. It's so good.
We've lost track cameras, by the way, up here in the comments box, if you're wondering.
I still got them.
No, mine are frozen. It's because this computer has just not worked. So we're trying to refresh the page to get them back as Q2's underway. And we're on board with Max Verstappen. Megan, Max just gets through, but now he's lost his rear gunner. Perez out again.
That isn't good.
What do you reckon? Is Max facing a Q2 elimination here?
I mean, he seemed pretty strong in parts of last qualifying session, so possibly, but he could still find the strength somewhere. But I guess it all depends on the wind speed.
What do you reckon, JT? As we watch him go round?
Yeah. What? Hello, both Hasses. What? Are you just going out of nowhere? We've not talked about Hasses, have we?
Not just yet, Ted.
Into this session and inside the top 10 as well. So after a shaky, I think we can call that, putting it nicely, Brazil for the Argentine Crofty. Colapinto absolutely shining around the streets of Las Vegas.
Yeah, Alex Albon, not exactly made a habit of being out-qualified by a teammate over the years, but Franco's done it now twice in the 7 qualifying sessions they've had. Williams.
All right, well, we've lost one of the webcams, so we've kept the main one, which was the Las Vegas Strip. So we've lost turn 11, but we've kept the Strip camera, which sounds weird saying it out loud. But yeah, and hopefully we're on, but our OBS is having a bit of a nightmare, so I'll just hit the computer to see if that works. Russell, top at the moment with Hulkenberg 9th, Colapinto in P7, JT, and hopefully they're going to find some places soon. Our OBS is completely frozen up here.
Just let it be.
There we go, we're back.
Yep, on board with Russell now, coming up towards the final corner and the line.
Russell
Quick.
goes fastest.
125.585.
Hulkenberg's got that middle sector, and they've all gone now, by the way, our graphics. That's just great news. We'll see if we get them back in a second. I don't know why they've gone, but we'll see, because, you know, our internet's so C-R-A-P. 133.273, Hulkenberg faster than Russell on the soft compound tyres. Hamilton's got that middle sector. Colapinto up to third, 133.749 now as well. Starting to have some lap time delta come back to him. Hamilton over the line. Is he faster? Yes, 133.136. Much better lap time.
Magnussen, fastest time of the year, a 151.
Wow.
Magnussen, 150.
Never mind, it's even better. It's a 155.
155.191 as well. So he's 22 seconds a lap slower than anybody else so far. Right, let's see if we can get this back operational without it, you know, having an absolute paddy on us, because I think it is going to have an absolute paddy for some reason, because it's so dull.
Joe's doing a good opening lap that he did. He's in 5th. Even Verstappen hasn't beaten his time just so.
Norris over the line and goes second, 133.262. No, we've lost the webcams. They've just died.
Well, we knew that could happen.
How? Can't say that word on television.
Correct. You could.
And now, what the hell's happened?
There's just been a green flag.
Yeah, and
green light for
what's happened?
Just come up.
Yeah, and what's happened here? You've lost us all now.
What has happened?
Josh, you mean carp, right? The fish.
I can't talk right now, mate. Megan, talk.
Right.
No, we're going to the sky.
Going to be at least a row on the grid tonight.
Yeah. You're right. Kevin Magnussen goes 6th fastest. Liam Lawson slots into the top 10. Joe Guan Yu, who's currently 10th fastest, made that 11th as Yuki Tsunoda crosses the line. Times will change.
Yeah, this is interesting. We've got some outliers in there again. The two Hasses, Tsunoda, they might spoil somebody's evening, those cars.
They might just do that as Esteban Ocon moves into the top 10. Alpine, fresh off that double podium in Brazil, really sparks that team into life, and in terms of, you know, celebrations and having something to celebrate when they return from a race.
For a first sector, 26.1 is the target time in the first sector at the moment. And what have we got from Sainz? He's backed off.
Yeah, certainly looks that way. And to be honest, you might as well. If you've made a mistake that early on, you've got time to correct it and work on the preparation that you need. Drivers will have that display, won't they, on their dashboard. Martin Carew was pointing out on the sky pad where their tyres are in terms of temperatures, and some have even got their brakes temperatures on there as well for this race.
The front of the Red Bull, not too bad through there. A little bit of understeer, but really not too bad. He's not lighting the rear axle up on the throttle. This is one of those long corners around the wall. And then a very quick stop coming up. as you get on to the back straight. It's tight on the right-hand side. That was very tight, wasn't it? But once again, it doesn't matter as long as you miss it.
Right, so we've sorted that problem now. We're back with you. Apologies for that. It's not the track cameras. The internet's gone. So to save internet, we've cut back everything to the basic level. So we've removed the blog and we've removed the cameras. We'll have those back tomorrow for the race. We're going to use Megan's laptop. JT, if you want to put your camera on now, mate, you can. And we'll have that on to get through. No idea what happened there, but here's Max Verstappen then. If you're just rejoining us, it's Hamilton on a 1:33.136. Piastri's second, a thousandth difference, but it's now Max Verstappen fastest on a 1:33.085. Hi, JT, nice to see you.
Hello.
So
There
yeah,
we go.
yeah, we've just spent the last 2 minutes trying to get it back. All of a sudden, we just lost picture. No idea what happened there. The Wi-Fi has been shocking, hasn't it, Megan? That's good of those. The worst it's ever been.
Do you know in my Chromecast?
Yeah.
Between the hours of 2 and 9 over the past few days, it has been going off and then turning back on around 9 a.m.
So
I don't know what's up with it. We need to turn it on and off.
We'll sort the Wi-Fi out, and tomorrow we'll have Megan's laptop to do the screens.
It's ever since the building work
across the road, I know, yeah.
On both
It
sides
is.
of us.
This is like the annoying time where all of the big companies are like, there's a problem here. It's stupid o'clock in the morning.
Let's not fix it.
Everyone's asleep. Let's give it a little restart because no one's going to be using it.
Hate it. Russell goes top, 1:32.882 with 881, I should say, with 5 minutes to go this session. Hamilton now across the line, third fastest. Second, 1:32.695. Sainz and Leclerc coming through as well, but they are not improving on their lap times. Fifth only. Leclerc right behind. Well, he's taking a long time. It'll be 7 seconds or so before he comes through. Here he comes into the last corner now. So we'll have the track cameras back tomorrow for the Grand Prix. Over the line for Leclerc. Goes third, 1:33.016. Yeah, we'll use Megan's laptop and the HDMI cable as a camera, so we'll be fine. We'll be fine. It'll work. It'll be easier then. And we'll split them up and get them all on the screen. So, beer park, anyone? Down there on the monitor? It looks fantastic, actually, down there on the circuit. Hey, the fountain show goes on.
That's quite high.
If Max Verstappen does win the championship, expect that to be the place tomorrow where he's, well, given an interview, and I'm hearing a laurel wreath.
I never understand why they don't actually crown them.
Because the championship is not official until the end of the year. So it's like you've won the championship, but you could still be anything.
I know, I mean, like, actually give them a crown. I mean, it's so funny.
I don't know.
Imagine the pictures.
It's not the way they do it.
We do have to remember that tomorrow's broadcast will be extended by 2 hours because they drive them across half the city.
That's true, actually. The podium's going to take so long. Seth Rogen? Hello, Seth.
I'm not staying for 2 hours.
No, they've just got... Do you remember last year it took half an hour to do the podium?
No, I've blocked it out.
Oh, yeah.
I block everything out.
And David Coulthard was there. They drove round in a Bentley, didn't they? And then they did an interview and then had to drive back to the podium. The reason it takes so long is because there is no podium here. When they built this, when Formula 1 built the pit lane themselves, they forgot to add a podium. So the podium is literally a truck that you pull onto the front straight. Yeah. Genius twins there. Well done.
I want to see whether they can beat MotoGP's crowning.
They've learned from touring cars.
Yes, they have, yeah.
I don't think they will be able to beat MotoGP.
Me and JT have seen the podium anyway, Brands Hatch for that one. So,
I am never ever running that fast again on a JBMotorsports broadcast.
No, we are not. I didn't even run, but yeah, I hope that next time we do it, it's a little bit.
You were being poisoned.
Not
I would
dead.
suggest.
Yes. I hope next time we do that, it's not A, not dead, and B, better signal. And C, we've already found out a way to get better signal already. 133.099 for Lando Norris in P5 as well. We're going to use an app.
Josh has not told me the way to get better signal.
I was going to breathe for day. We're going to use an app that uses mobile signal as well as Wi-Fi signal and data signal all together. It's what the BBC use. I found it for their stuff. So we should be fine. So yeah, we use that app to broadcast to Megan here. And all
This has literally been the Q2 podcast.
Yeah, nothing has happened apart from the fact that I had to hit my PC, physically hit it to get to jump. Worked?
Yeah.
It worked, honestly. Little knock to technology does work.
Tennant.
It does work.
Tennant taught you that.
Paul McGann? Catherine Janeway?
Okay, she just drank coffee.
She also talked to technology.
Yes.
Oh, hang on a minute, we got a Ferrari.
That's where I get it from.
Carlos Sainz running at the back of Zhou Guanyu. Zhou Guanyu, I know it's your first time here in Q2 for this season, mate, but into turn 14, drifting. Sainz was on a push lap. Sainz came to the inside and Zhou blocked him and almost went over the top. Come on, Zhou. I was defending you for the first time into Q2 this year. Don't get a 5-place grid penalty for blocking and start 20th on the grid, mate. Come on.
So that's where I get it from.
That would
be funny.
It would be funny. I'd laugh. I'd be like, for the first time he got through to Q2 this season, but a 5-place grid penalty for blocking Q2 means he still start for 20th on the grid.
I mean, it depends what the new race director's like.
Rui Marquez, if me and Omi know anything about what he was like last time out in Macau.
Calling red flags.
Well, yes, 7 red flags in qualifying, but he scolded the the FR guys. Really did.
With the talking to technology bit, so that's where I get it from. Catherine Janeway.
Probably, yeah. Oh look, Zhou Guanyu's on the sphere.
Because I always talk to technology, so I've learned it from
10 seconds left then in qualifying 2. Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, Piastri. Now, Verstappen and Norris are in the pit lanes. They're done. Sainz, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda and Magnussen's the driver at risk. In the drop zone as the checker flag comes out. Gasly, Colapinto, Ocon, Lawson and Zhou. First driver to take the flag will be George Russell. Once again, it's a Mercedes 1-2. They've topped every session this weekend so far. Hamilton across the board with Russell now. Hamilton at 132.567. I wouldn't count him out for pole position here this afternoon for Lewis Hamilton. Magnussen goes into 9th. That puts Tsunoda now at risk. Hulkenberg next across the line. He goes 7th on a 133.114. So already the two Haas guys are through. Sainz 2nd, 132.711. So this is surely going to be a bit risky for Verstappen and Norris now. Zhou Guanyu goes 11th. He so nearly got through. Lawson has backed out of the lap time. He'll start this race 15th on the grid. Ocon. Now Tsunoda goes up to 7th. Oh, big accident. Colin Pinto's in the wall. And this will bring out the red flag immediately as Gasly goes 4th. Colin Pinto, no brakes. Skating across. He's had a huge accident. This is where I wish we had the webcam available. I might try and get it back on and watch and see what happened down there. But that was a big one, JT.
Yeah, that is a big.
It's down. It's towards the last corner. Yeah, it's not where the webcam is. So we'll get rid of that.
He's okay.
I'm okay. It's out of turn 16. How's he done that? Let's just clip the wall.
He looks to us.
And yet more damage
but it's
for Franco.
Both sides, Josh, of the wheels.
So how's he done that? That's all 4 sides of the car destroyed. And more damage for the team who spent literally days back at the workshop trying to get anything possible. They only just made it to Las Vegas, and that could be Franco Colapinto not racing tomorrow. So much more damage. Really? Is this guy really worse than Logan Sargent?
He's not. He's
3 big crashes in 2 races. This is a touch of the wall out of turn 5. That's not the crash. Why haven't they red flagged the session either? Why isn't Rui Marquez throwing the red flag? Here we go. So into turn 14, brakes, turns in. What's he gonna do? Oh, he had clipped the wall. Oh, huge accident. Wow. Clips the inside wall at turn 15. And he's a passenger.
So let me get this straight.
Oh, he broke the camera.
This a big crash is a yellow flag, but a simple stoppage on a track.
Oh,
in
he's
front of
broken the wall! He's broken the wall!
That's not good.
He's broken the concrete wall! How on earth has he done that? He's hit it at such an angle, he's broken the concrete wall! Can we take a look? Yeah, helicopter camera, please. Do we get to see this bit? Has he damaged that wall? Here he goes through the... He's broken the concrete wall! He's bent the concrete... This will be a long red flag. He's bent the concrete wall completely out of place. I've never seen that. Even Schumacher's accident in Saudi Arabia 2 years ago. He has physically knocked the wall.
The face of a man who knows that it's going to be a very long and lengthy repair job.
Now, the lap times are under investigation for this yellow flag because we had people improving. But the red flag has not yet officially come out at the end of this session. That should have been the case. Rui Marquez is not going to go very popular there. Medical car deployed, but yeah, we're getting a lengthy red flag for this. It's not the actual concrete wall out of position.
So let me get this straight. A stoppage on a track
Look,
is a
look
red
at that.
flag.
Look, can you see? He's completely knocked the concrete wall out of position.
Yes, I see.
I've never seen that before.
A stoppage on a track is a red flag, but a big crash like that is a yellow.
Yeah. Start of Q3 will be delayed. Kind of expected that.
No, Sherlock.
Yeah, now quickly, I want BBC Radio 5 live on this because
That's-
they've got information. Megan.
The bend on the concrete wall was so big as well.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. Now, they've still got TV pictures, which is why I want to have a word with them out here as well. It has knocked the wall. So, quickly, while we go through this, we'll flash up the results and hand over to Harry Benjamin.
Their academy, but that was a rookie mistake from a rookie driver. And Colapinto out of the car and behind the barrier, and you can see he's visibly frustrated with that.
So yeah, another big accident for Williams. Just to put that into context, there was never any danger of Williams not getting both cars here. The struggle was, what spec would they be and how many spare parts would they have? Alex Albon and Franco Colapinto were saying on Wednesday that the cars were both in the latest spec, but there weren't very many spare parts. And Albon was asked, what does that do for your mindset? Do you take it a bit more easy because you don't want to risk an accident? He said, well, you can't drive like that as a Formula 1 driver, because if you drive like that, cautiously, that's when the accidents happen. Unfortunately, Franco Colapinto has proved exactly the opposite. He's been a bit over-exuberant, he's turned it
He was
too
up
soon.
behind the back of Gasly, and I think he was too busy fixated on the back of the Alpine that he's just turned in a fraction too early, and he's really clobbered that inside wall.
The car's in an absolute state, Harry, and so the question now is, A, can Williams get it ready for the race? Almost certainly yes. B, what specification will it be in when they do? And C, on a bigger picture, what does this do for them overall? Because every accident that you have eats into the budget cap, eats into how much money you've got left to spend, even into, how you go through the winter and how you deal with all those sorts of things. So it's the last thing they really needed, but unfortunately it's a bit the story of Williams this season. There's been a lot of accidents by all of their drivers.
Yeah, let's go back to Sky F1 for latest.
Welcome back to Vegas, and that's the scene on the strip at the moment after Franco Colapinto's accident. There's a lot of debris on the track. There's a lot for James Vowles, the Williams team boss, to think about as well. Another big crash for a team that has had a huge amount of them recently. 5 crashes over the course of the Mexico and Sao Paulo Grand Prix weekends, and the damage bill is mounting up. They've got the spare parts. Have they got new gearbox within the allocation? Have they got power unit parts within the allocation? And a penny for Franco Colapinto's thoughts as he climbs into the medical car and makes his way to the medical centre. He'll be checked over.
Yeah, Dr. Ian Roberts is the best in the business. So start of Q3 is going to be delayed as we'll wrap back up. I don't think, JT, that this is going to be a long one. They've got to clean the track up, and then they've got to reposition the barrier, which has been completely knocked out of place. And I'm quite worried that the hit was quite substantial. That it physically bounced everything across it all. Oh, hang on, we can't hear JT. Say again, JT.
Can I go to sleep in this time? It'll take a while.
This is going to take a while. Do you want to head it? Megan's already... Megan has already put her head down. Are you okay there, Megan? Yeah.
Lots of souvenirs.
Yeah, that's all going to have to go back as well. Right, we'll take this opportunity to have a break ourselves. Let's hand over to Sky Sports F1.
They've done their job very well indeed in keeping all that lot intact so it didn't come back and hit the driver and didn't fly off and hit corner workers or into grandstands, the double tethers, I should say, these days. So that all worked fine. They can clean the track up pretty quickly. My concern is how the structural integrity of the barrier that he collided with after the initial impact.
And no news yet of any restart time. That's not going to be the easiest Formula One car to stick onto the back of a low loader either. Ted, let's head down to you at Williams.
Thank you, Crofty. Yes, plenty of drivers saying they ran over a lot of the debris of the Colapinto crash and checked their cars, but more importantly, asking if Franco Colapinto is okay. All the drivers know that any accident here, the proximity of the concrete walls is going to be significant, and they're getting the news that the driver is effectively okay. I wish I could say the same for the Williams mechanics. Just having a look at the Williams garage, they've already got the screens out ready to cover the front of the garage where they'll be trying to fix Franco's car. As you've already said, Crofty, they come here with in a better situation spares-wise than they went to the Brazilian race after the triple header that we've just had. But still, there is a lack of chassis that are available. Let's just put it that way. The chassis that Colapinto and the chassis that Albon are in is the repaired chassis from Brazil. It's not a new one. There is a new one in a box somewhere, but they don't want to have to make that up if they don't have to. But they've already been through 5 front wings, 5 floors, 5 sets of bodyworks, 2 damaged chassis, both repaired from Brazil after those huge accidents, and they've got another one tonight.
And if you're wondering why he didn't slow it down, why he just let the accident carry on, he had no ability to slow it down. The front wheels are off, one of the rear wheels are off. He was sitting in a toboggan with no braking capacity whatsoever.
He can press the brake pedal, but the brakes aren't going to be rubbing against anything at that stage. News from the FIA, a lot of debris on the track, and as you rightly pointed out, Martin, some potential barrier repairs could be needed, which the circuit operations team are currently working on. So we'll keep you updated as to any start time or whether the barriers do need to be repaired or not, but that could be a lengthy delay if that barrier does need repairing.
Yeah, could be in terms of they'll have to put another upright or 2 in it because it was bent over quite a... it wasn't down, it was just deviating the barrier, but as always you've got to consider if another car hits the same spot.
Which is certainly possible. Coming out of turn 14, you want to get the power down as soon as you can, and you're threading that car through, it's like the eye of a needle in Formula One terms, with a low grip track, and it's an easy accident to happen.
Yeah, it is. Surprise, but these cars are very wide, but he might have been slightly distracted from the car in front. He's just been a few centimetres left of where he needed to be, and it just whistled the front left straight off, and the trajectory after that was wherever he was going to hit something hard, unfortunately. But this is the time for the experienced drivers, just keep the pulse down, keep the brain focused and in the zone, basically. Not too much in the zone, but just just keep your mind in neutral. Think about nothing other than as soon as the light goes on, go out and do what you've got to do.
They're the 10 drivers. They're doing just that in the garages currently, that they'll be going for pole at some stage.
Yeah, let's just quickly take a look at what the driver said in the last segment of qualifying, beginning with Esteban Ocon. Oh, here's Sergio Perez.
Today about you singled that pace, but had you hoped for better today, obviously? Yeah, I did. Definitely wanted more today, and felt like we were making some progress, but just not enough there in the end, and it turned out to be quite a disappointment.
Yeah, a lot of talk about the downforce levels Red Bull had this weekend. They trimmed the wing, I think, but you are optimistic, a bit more optimistic for tomorrow.
Yeah, I think tomorrow the race pace looked a lot more competitive yesterday than we were early on, so yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, his teammate went from 17th on the grid to win in Sao Paulo last time out. A magnificent win it was too. And Sergio Perez will be trying to do something from 16th. By the way, that win of Max Verstappen's only the 5th time that driver has won from 17th or lower on the grid in 1,121 World Championship races.
Yeah, that's an extraordinary stat, isn't it? And of course, including the people he passed, was his teammate Perez, who went forward just 1 or 2 places. It was an outstanding performance from Max Verstappen in treacherous conditions. But Sergio, it's just not going well, is it? It's not, just as he needs to pull something out of the bag. Once again, he's got the disappointment.
If you look out of our commentary box window, Martin, you'll see a low loader has just pulled up with a Williams on the back of it, and that really doesn't look any better in real life than it looked on the TV monitor when we saw it a few moments ago. Karun Chandok is at the Sky Pad with some more Williams analysis for us.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Crofty. Let's just take another look at it and slow it down, because Colapinto, there's a bit of indecision. Look, he gets over this curve on the right-hand side, so that's all going fine. But now watch his hands. Just watch there. He does a turn. Then I think realizes at this point that he's heading towards the wall. Now watch. He does a slight correction there. Opens up the wheel. Then turns in a second time. So I think he kind of knew he was heading towards the wall. Then tried to open up the wheel, but then clearly misjudged it. I'll just go back again and just play that final input once again. Watch. I'll just play along in slow motion, in, open up, then in again. And that second input that he made, it clearly responded more perhaps than he expected, but certainly, just misjudged the amount that he sort of tried to course correct himself, and it's done a hefty amount of damage to a team that's, as you guys were saying before, already done a lot of damage this season.
It was the extent with which he hit the wall. It was, it wasn't a glance, was it? He hit the wall, basically. But the good news is, I think, the bit of that barrier that's damaged is on top of another wall, isn't it? So they should be able to just pull that out and hopefully be satisfied with the integrity of that. But what a terrible mess the car is.
That Joe Bauer down there from the FIA taking some photos of the Williams car for closer analysis after this qualifying session. Joe is was the technical policeman in the paddock.
And does a brilliant job for Formula One. And he'll want to see how the car's coped with the impact.
Yeah. Well, the FIA always striving to improve safety standards, and every accident gets analysed and ways are found to make things stronger, to protect the drivers in the future.
They're a touch early with that one, but well, he's the reigning world champion, of course. But,
they may be celebrating one of the previous three then.
Yes, but I think Max is dragging the Red Bull into contention here, isn't he?
Yeah. But it's into contention for, you'd say, second row, maybe 5th on the grid. The Mercedes looks the form car in qualifying so far. McLaren do, certainly with Oscar Piastri, often leave it late to show their hand. And then Ferrari, Sainz and Leclerc, who I'm sure will figure in the front couple of rows by the time we get to the end of this qualifying session. We're waiting for news as to when Q3 is going to start. First big test this really for Rui Marquez, the new race director, replacing Niels Vittich, who was sacked by the FIA in the lead up to this Las Vegas Grand Prix. And, well, Rui was on duty in Macau, the F3, the Grand Prix weekend there.
Well, that was a busy weekend for him then.
Absolutely.
They had red flag after red flag down there, didn't he?
He knows what it's like to run a street race, that is for sure, but they'll want to make sure that the barrier is absolutely in 100% condition before they let the cars back out onto the track. Let's head down to Ted.
Just to pick up on what you said there, Crofty, that the Mercedes are quick here. Why, I hear you ask? Why are they quick here? Well, they're a team who've always gone well in cold conditions and on dusty tracks, but also, do you remember the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps all those weeks ago, all those months ago? It was warmer back then, wasn't it, Crofty? Even for Spa. But Mercedes are one of the teams who do have a very effective low downforce package. Spa, a very quick track. Monza are also the same. They weren't too bad there. And it's the same here. So together with the dusty track, the cold conditions, and having a good low drag, low downforce package, that is why the Mercedes are going so well. The big question for me, guys, is where a Ferrari? We saw a bit of a sign, didn't we? A sign of signs. The signs sign was interrupting the symmetry of Russell or Hamilton being first and second in Q1 and Q2, with Sainz being second, of course, in Q2. So, have we seen the first signs from Sainz that Ferrari have got something over one lap? I said at the beginning of the show, Crofty, I'll say it again. They are happy with their race pace. They're so confident, Ferrari, with their race pace, and that they will be able to keep the tyres alive and not graining. Like in Monza, remember that, with the result they had there, where Mercedes might face some graining tomorrow on this cold track. Of course, Leclerc won in Monaco, just to remind everyone who's forgotten.
We hadn't.
I know, I know you hadn't, but it's early in the morning back home.
And let's not forget Pete Gasly, who got himself up into P4 in Q2, found 0.8 of a second between Q1 and Q2. That's a good effort in the Alpine. He's sort of in the mix there. But surely there'll be one Merc on the front row. That's how it's looking at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a question of, will it be two, or who might join them?
Well, you have to go back, don't you, to Silverstone for the last time then that Mercedes took a pole position, and the last time that anyone other than a Ferrari or a McLaren took a pole position. There's the Williams on the skates, covered over now and being returned to the garage. It's a long push down for the team. That's a big rebuild, so might necessitate a chassis change.
Yeah, it almost looks like a skip job, doesn't it, to be honest, and start again. It's had a massive whack on 3 of its corners.
Yeah. Zach Brown on the pit wall at McLaren as the Williams, I think he's just been pushed behind you there, down the pit lane, Zach. Right, where are your thoughts heading into this Q3 session? Where are you thinking that the danger is coming from, or that you've got the edge over?
Well, the Mercedes continue to look pretty awesome. Just looking over the data with Andrea, I think if we can get together our ideal laps, I think we can be on the first 2 rows. I don't think we've got Mercedes pace, but I think we might be best of the rest, but it's going to be very close, and getting the tires set up perfectly for that lap will be important. I'm not sure those that have 2 new sets of tires will actually use them, because they look to be quicker on their second run on the same set.
Yeah, I was going to say that, Zach, with only 12 minutes in Q3, obviously a reduced time as per usual. You're restricted then on how far. That means you've got to put a lot of fuel in when they first head out.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got 1 used set, 1 new set. We'll obviously run both, but looking at the times that the Mercedes have done, they've done it on their second run, so they may not need their 2 new sets. But yeah, let's see. It'll be about traffic management and no mistakes. Tricky track around here, very slippery.
Have you discussed the possibility of a hot stop, whereby if you've got 2 sets of new tyres, you'll come in for a live pit stop like a race, with the tyres just been taken out of their blankets, and then go for pole with 1 more lap without the usual refueling in between tyre changes in qualifying? Is that a possibility in conditions like this tonight that could work?
Could be for some, but we don't have 2 new sets of tires, so we'll probably start on our used and finish on our new. But that's some of the discussion that's going on right now about fuel load.
And in terms of this weekend, it's priority number 1, finish ahead of Ferrari, and then if Lando can keep the driver's title going and on to Qatar, that would be a very satisfactory weekend for you, yeah?
100%. I think priority 1, finish ahead of Ferrari. Priority 2, finish ahead of Ferrari. And if Lando could be ahead of Max, that'd be nice going into Qatar.
Thanks ever so much, Zach. Great to have you with us. Barrier repairs are now done, to let you know. So the track is being cleared so that we can get Q3 going very, very shortly. Which one of those suites is yours for this weekend?
It's not. I'm not in the Bellagio this year. A little bit nearer the paddock, which is good. Yeah, I wasn't there last year, and I rode my scooter to the room because the room's about 15 minutes from reception. You check you've got everything before you leave the room in some of those, well, almost all the hotels in Las Vegas, because it's a long way before you get to the front door.
All right, there's the scene on the track then. It's just being swept at the moment. Barrier repairs have been done. Fine work by the trackside team. And what we'll get, 5-minute warning from the FIA so that teams can start to get ready.
Yeah, they did a good job there. Obviously, you saw the big tractor that was pulling the concrete blocks back into line. Obviously, the upper debris fencing came back with it, which is good. Clean the debris up and send them out.
Folding clothes in a clothing store. The one thing I think we've never asked Lewis Hamilton about is his first job ever. And I didn't realise he worked in retail and would have been folding people's clothes on a Saturday afternoon when the January sales were on.
First time I met him as a teenager when he was an instructor at Palmer Sport in Bedfordshire. Going around in caterums till it got dark and we couldn't see where we were going any longer.
Yeah, he's kind of made a very good career out of his second job, or his third job, clothing store, instructor, racing driver. I think that's been the better career, to be honest, for Lewis Hamilton.
Well, hasn't it?
It's not gone badly for him at all.
P1, your Muppet. Oh, that's Lando describes himself as a Muppet from time to time, doesn't he?
Definitely a Lando fan. Yeah, to be honest, if I was in the grandstands, I'd want to be dancing at the moment just to try and keep warm. Ted Kravitz, you shivering down in the pit lane?
Well, crucially, I'm shivering much more than I was in Q1 and Q2. The wind has picked up. I've just checked the temperature, and it's only dropped by 1 degree. But it is significantly more gusty now down here. I feel like I'm in a, you know, when you go into some sort of catering massive fridge freezer and that blast of cold air hits you. That's what it feels like because it's so windy now. So how that's going to affect them, it's pretty much blowing the length of the start-finish line straight. So how that's going to affect them in some corners and how that will affect any of the cars and their relative performance in windy conditions, we will wait and see in Q3.
And we haven't got long to wait, Ted. 3 minutes to get going.
I know how cold it is in the UK, so I'm not going to say anything about it being cold here. It's irrelevant. I know we talk to a lot of people all around the world, not just the UK, but they're our primary audience, and it's freezing back there, so they won't have any sympathy for us whatsoever.
No, Martin, we do not. In your air-conditioned commentary box with heating. I'd like to say as well, by the way, that it is raining here in the UK.
What?
But it is where we are. But it is not. What temperature is it? 2 degrees.
Oh, you're joking me.
You've got a hood on. I'm the one wearing the suit.
Oh, why can't you turn to snow? Much prefer that.
And I'll be doing whatever snow does in summer.
Melt. Oh, jeez.
Put me in summer and I'll be a happy snowman.
A puddle.
Ala, 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 ba, ba. I love Frozen so much. I haven't really seen it. I've seen the first 45 minutes of Frozen 9 times. I've seen the ending once. JT's now thinking, what?
UK schools.
JT is now wondering how on earth that's possible.
It is.
Someone found the rewind button and just was messing with you.
Alright, he's going to clip that bit. JT has got 2 weeks to create the end of season montage to play when we get to Abu Dhabi.
Is that my job then, is it?
Well, it's both of our jobs. You've got the better editing software though.
True.
Need to get all the clips together and then find the longest copyright-free song that fits possible. Because I've got a feeling it's going to be long.
Very long.
I said, can I just sing a Christmas song because it'll be December the 8th?
No.
No, it'll be December the 8th. Yeah. I wanted to sing it's the most wonderful time of the year with imageries of going through all the races we've done this year. But apparently I wasn't allowed.
No doubt Matthew Owens is probably going to do something about Abu Dhabi. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted me and Megan to stand in front of a green screen wearing a couple of suits and some loose ties doing Bring Me Sunshine in Your Smile.
Okay, stop
you
it.
Can just do that on the Las Vegas Sphere. Anyway, green flag. Finally, the lights change.
Yeah, finally we can get going for qualifying number 3. Yeah, me and Megan have got a photo shoot later, and we are sending.
Wait, what?
Yes, we've got a photo shoot for the tomorrow morning's race. I'm putting my tux on.
I'm getting ready for bed after this.
Yeah, well, you can pop your clothes in 5 minutes. We've got a green screen, and then we are sending that image to JT, and JT is putting it on the Sphere, and we are then tweeting it.
I have no
suits.
I have no ties.
I sent you the green screen.
I know you sent me the green screen, but I didn't know that.
I have no suits. I have no ties. I have no energy.
Actually, I found a good way to style you if you'd let me today.
No.
No.
I'm getting ready for bed and I'm not getting changed again.
Alright, I'm just going to show you something that I think you'd quite like. As the green light is on, we are underway for this session. Who do you think is going to get pole position? Around the room, JT?
Hamilton.
Megan?
I don't own a shirt that you use with blazers.
Back pattern?
I don't own one of those. I don't know. Lewis with the pole position seems to be most dominant.
Right, okay. That look.
Okay, I can see it, but I do not own one of those shirts.
Yeah. Anyway, where we go on the line. See who's going to be hot or not in this first session. It's sort of on the cusp, isn't it, of who could be good and who could not be.
So, do you know when Mum was cleaning all those things, did she throw those shirts of mine away?
I have no idea.
She did.
So, lap time's not going to matter so much on this time. So cold out there for track temperature. Michelle says, please take some of the heat from here.
Please.
Please do, yes.
I would love some warmth.
It's okay in the commentary box. I think we'll be fine for the race. 14 degrees!
I'm in pain.
14 degrees for the race tomorrow.
Yay.
Las Vegas Sphere has got a
but
smile on. Go on, JT.
It's that, but with very strong winds, which brings
Oh, great.
wind chill.
Piastri's first sector time, 26.328.
Why, can I ask, why is the Sphere constantly dressing as George Russell?
It likes it.
And spying on Gasly?
Right, so George Russell probably looks tall on the Sphere. Does Yuki Tsunoda look tall, or is he still short on the Sphere? We need to know.
I'd rather him as a little figure, little action figure. Look at the sparks from Piastri, yeah.
Being held up.
In the hand. He was shrunk by the master, but he didn't change any height. Over the line then comes Oscar Piastri. Your first lap times in qualifying 3 for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. And Piastri's a 1:33.520. Behind him, his teammate Lando Norris. Verstappen's a 1:44, but that's not a relevant lap time. Norris, fastest, 1:33.237. The two Ferraris, though, looking very quick, including Carlos Sainz. Charles Leclerc across the line, only third, 1:33.797. Carlos Sainz, though, fastest sector 1, fastest sector 2 is a 26.205, 31.097. Up to the line now for the last corner. Sonoda goes 5th, Gasly goes 3rd. What's the time for Sainz? Numero uno for the Spaniard. It's a 1:33.022. Carlos Sainz on provisional pole position for the 7th time in his career.
Almost hit the wall there for Verstappen. And why do Carlos and Lando always wait until the Q3 to actually start topping the sessions?
Look at George Russell, fastest sector 1, 25.950. Verstappen still struggling out there.
Hit
as
the
well.
wall there.
He did touch the wall. Exit of coming through. Where was he? Exit of turn 12. But he's up in the middle sector, 30.929. Very close between the two now. This long back straight for Max. Just take a look at the speedometer of what he's got to deal with. It's so much faster compared to anybody else as you whack the brakes on. Down hard now as well. Accelerate out and up towards the line and see what you've got to deal with. Still going to be good. Is this pole time for Max Verstappen? Over the line. Second, 2/10 down to Sainz's time, ahead of the two McLarens, but not good enough.
George is about to get quite a good time.
Middle sectors of 31.132, first sector 25.9, purple.
He's going to beat it.
Is he faster than the Ferrari across it?
Second.
Fastest by 2/10. He carried that speed around the lap. George Russell on provisional pole position for the 5th time in his career. 1:32.811. What about Lewis Hamilton looking for pole position number 105 to match his Grand Prix victory number? He likes him being matched. He's 10th at the moment, 26. No, this seems like a build-up lap, doesn't it? Lewis has made a mistake. Go on, JT.
Definitely a build-up lap. Let's have a look. Does he go wide? Yep, into the escape road.
Why are they all pitting?
Well, new tyres probably.
It's futile. They don't need new tyres, they need to keep the ones they're on now.
Lap time deleted for track limits. Lewis dives into the pit lane. So here we come then.
Okay, so let me get this straight. They have warmed their tyres up so that they can do these on a track where it's really hard to get the tyres correct.
Yes.
And now they're changing tyres so that they have to go through that process again when they really should be just trying to get their fastest times.
Yes, because tyre degradation here is not going to be a bigger factor, as it usually is. They're not being clever there. Oh, look, there's the yellow as JT was on about.
Russell.
I want to be at the back. That was too early, I think. Track is going to be rapid.
I was going to...
Russell being smart there. I want to be last out because the track is going to be fast. Russell really wants pole position here, doesn't he?
Oh, sand.
Ferrari going early here. Hang on. Oh, no. Ferrari, you're being idiots. What are you doing?
George is about to come in. Why are they...
What are you doing? And McLaren as well.
Lando, why are you going out? Okay, in fairness to Lando and Leclerc, they have actually been in the pit lane quite a long time.
It's too early. A minute later, yeah, but this is too early. Way too early. They'll set fastest times, but
Both of the McLarens.
Mercedes are going to blitz them. So are Red Bull.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Verstappen. But Verstappen has got no one to give him a tow. He's totally on his own.
I think that's by design.
Well, Perez was so bad anyway. Oh, Leclerc. Oh, he just got it in the castle, in the sphere section. I keep doing that.
You'll get it right eventually.
Oversteer through 7.
It is... Well, I've seen that corner be issues for teams, but the only real team I've seen that corner be an issue for is the two Ferraris.
Yeah, weird. It steps out every single time. You go near it, the car just goes whoop to the back. We're all adults here, which is quite funny to me.
Oh, yeah.
Because of that's what they said about Mohammed Ben Salam, the message to the GPDA. We're all adults. We don't need to be scolded like children. Let's have a look at Russell. This is down to turn 5 at T-Mobile. The sphere section. Kissing. And he was...
Yeah, hit the wall exit of 5.
And he hit the T. I pity the fool who hits the T-Mobile sign. Thank you. That wasn't the best one.
I just don't have enough energy to laugh more.
It wasn't the greatest. I pity the fool.
I
Oh, look,
liked it.
they're just checking the front wing. I pity the fool who hits Mr. T-Mobile. No, Mr. T. Mr. T's mobile? I don't know.
Mr. T-Mobile. I'm tired, you tired, I'm tired.
Yeah, well, it's 7:30 and neither of us have slept. So, yes. Oscar Piastri's broken the sphere.
Really, Oscar? You had to just
Can I just point out, the sphere, have when we go to Las Vegas, because we will go to Las Vegas, we must go and watch the sphere. It's apparently a really extraordinary, it's like a planetarium, but massive. The sphere is not just a giant bowl. It has things on the inside. It's a proper tourist destination. You can go visit it.
I wonder if they have any sweets designed to look like the sphere.
Probably like chocolate eggs or something.
Ooh, I'd love that.
Easter. Just wait for Easter. I love how we have Easter eggs, and at Christmas we have chocolate Santas that look like male appendages.
Yeah.
Seriously, everyone,
Circle of life.
if you're in the UK or Germany, or if you have an Aldi, go to Aldi today, buy a chocolate Santa, unwrap it, and you will see why it could be very much something that could be sold on the red light district in Amsterdam.
I always have a chocolate Santa.
Yeah, we didn't realise until after she wrapped it what it looks like, and now it's just become a joke every year.
Yeah.
Piastri starts a time with less than 2 minutes to go here in qualifying number 3. Flicks the car in, controlling the rear nicely. First sector needs to be better than a 25.950, which is that of George Russell's. Down we go, DRS open. Down to turn 5, second gear, 105. First sector time at the exit is a 20... It's 2 tenths down, it's 26.
Do you know what I'm going to do this year? Before Christmas ends, or after Christmas Day. I'm going to buy all the festive things that we have and just buy them all, multiple versions. So my money comes in, a week later.
I wouldn't mind a chocolate Santa to be fair. That'd be quite nice to have one.
Getting a chocolate Santa then. Ooh, that can be my Christmas Eve present to you.
Piastri, close to the barrier. New tagline for JBMotorsports next year. Closer to the action. Looks like that's the case of Piastri. We'll have our graphics on tomorrow with the battle cam and the track cam. Listen to that McLaren Mercedes engine sing. I've lost the back end, says Lewis. Not the best thing to say in Las Vegas.
It's also quite funny given what we were just talking about.
Yeah. Leclerc, middle sector, it's a 30.898. Checking flags out then. Who's got pole position here in Vegas? Piastri finishes 3rd. 1:33.033. Lando Norris in the McLaren. Coming out towards the line. Looking for pole position number 9. He's missed out despite the fastest 3rd sector. Russell's still on provisional pole position. Charles Leclerc steals it away by 28 thousandths for pole position. Provisionally number 27. Hülkenberg goes 6th. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. Can it be 105? No, he's 10th. Dreadful qualifying. Carlos Sainz steals it out of nowhere.
Verstappen yellow sector 2.
And Pierre Gasly goes 2nd fastest. Alpine on the front row. Their highs from Sao Paulo.
Hold on.
Continue on.
Whistle.
Verstappen's got serious problems right now. Over the line, he's only 4th. And it's all down to George Russell. Can he take pole position? Over the line. Russell's on pole in Vegas.
Woohoo!
132.312. And it's 5 poles for George Russell in Formula 1. Mercedes dominating the weekend here in Vegas. The luck is on their side. Carlos Sainz second, Pierre Gasly riding the high of the podium in Sao Paulo continues on a super third. Leclerc fourth, Verstappen on the third row with his championship rival of Norris.
Super bar. Pole position, mate. Well done. The Super bar, that's a new one. Come on. Nice one. Brilliant job, well done.
And Lewis will be seen.
So we've got Max Verstappen starting fifth, Lando Norris starting sixth in a race that could decide the World Championship.
They'll take each other out first corner.
Sonoda and Piastri, row 4. Hulkenberg and Hamilton, row 5. Hamilton 15 seconds a lap slower. Hamilton's lap time has been deleted for track limits. Hamilton's official lap time in this session, a 1:48.106. His 1:35 was pulled. So the high from Hamilton, what went wrong? Lost the back end, he said.
He really should have run after it.
He was 15 seconds a lap slower. This is through turn 3. Oh, he snapped mid-corner. Okay. And that lap time counted. Because he didn't go all 4 rows off the road.
He did.
He did. So Lewis will have that one deleted as well. Turn 4, yep, it has gone.
Right, I'm leaving.
Right. Try, Meg. See you later.
Bye-bye.
JT, what a session. It's shaped up perfectly, hasn't it, for qualifying, for the race tomorrow.
What is that Alpine doing there? What is this?
Yeah. Yeah, don't walk off with your headset, Megan. You did that in Abu Dhabi one year and it ripped the entire commentary box to pieces. I can sit down now for the first time in over an hour. First time all weekend I've been able to sit in my chair.
I can stand up for the first time in 2 weeks in a commentary. As known as, like, 3 months.
Yeah, you've been gone for a while. As it comes through. So George Russell on what a top 3 though. 3 different teams, 3 different manufacturers as well. And our Renault our Alpine starting to regret the fact that they've given up on Renault, and Renault are suddenly coming good.
It has actually been 3 weeks because my last thing that I did was the Seal Sprint.
It has been 3 weeks. You've
And
vanished.
then the week after was NASCAR.
Yeah. Oh, and NASCAR. Yeah, so 2 weeks technically. Yeah. Forgot about NASCAR.
But if we're talking F1, 3 weeks.
What a session. Good qualifying that. Pierre
So-
Gasly. Go on, JT.
Mercedes could get the clean sweep if
Yes.
they win and get the fastest lap.
George Russell stands the chance of doing a Grand Slam in the Grand Prix, which is lead every lap, start on pole position, get the fast lap and win the race. He's done that once before in his career. But right now, let's head down.
That looks cursed, the F1 logo.
It does, doesn't it? With George Russell's giant face on it as well. I presume he's on the sphere as well coming into it. Megan's moved the GT Omega cushion. And I don't like that. It's hurting my back. There we go. As you can see, he's just checking the times. 98 thousandths between himself and Sainz across that line. Instant involve. Oh, JT, your favourite thing's on again.
Oh, shall I get it up so I can read it?
Yeah. Might need to at this rate. We have a few moments.
Let me just get it up. And probably find out that I need to buy F1 TV because it's been so long. But it is what it is.
I had to sign in again, you know, to all the systems.
I am having to sign in right now, yes. Oh, never mind, I'm still subscribed.
Max Verstappen and George Russell congratulating each other in front of the FIA weighbridge. Carlos Sainz there too. Pierre Gasly wandering in. Is this a regular occurrence for me now? P3 in the Grand Prix at Interlagos. P3 in qualifying here in Vegas. Not actually that uncommon for Pierre Gasly. This time last
Race
year...
control.
This time last year, Pierre Gasly qualified P4 on the grid, and he was at the 5th fastest time. So he does go well here in qualifying. George Russell qualified 3rd last year, so an improvement for him. Carlos Sainz he's matched his best qualifying. He qualified 2nd here last year on the road, but had a 10th-place penalty due to that crash in practice 1 with the drain cover, so actually started 12th. So Sainz matches his qualifying record here of 2nd place. But George Russell improves it, as does Pierre Gasly. Go on, JT.
I am questioning why the stewards decided, oh, it's the end of Q3. Let's announce something from Q1. Yay.
Did take a while. Don't forget, it's now Rui Marquez as race director, not Niels Rittich.
That is a very smoky moped.
I hope that's not destroying the circuit or anything like that. We're putting oil down. That's the last thing we need.
Is it a moped or is it a quad bike? I can't tell.
There's 2 of them, I've noticed. It is blowing. It's blowing debris off the circuit. James Hinchcliffe has the post-qualifying interviews ready.
George Russell, your pole sitter for the Las Vegas Grand Prix, 4th of your career, 3rd of the season. Tell me, coming into this weekend, did you and the Mercedes team think you guys were going to have that kind of pace?
Honestly, absolutely not. It feels incredible to be back on pole. We've been so quick all weekend, and I just knew coming into that last Q3 lap, that's going to be the one that counts. It doesn't matter what's happened before then. And I had a bit of a moment on my first run. We had to change the front wing. So there's a moment I thought we weren't going to make the flag, but just so happy. And we've got to do some deep diving to understand why it's been so quick so far this weekend, because it was a real surprise.
Yeah, all the track and then some on that first run, but you got it done on the second. You've got this reputation now for kind of making some calls from inside the cockpit. You said over the radio you wanted to be the last car on the racetrack. Big risk at a street circuit with the track improving, yellow flags possible, red flags possible, but how confident were you were going to have what it took?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, you got to put on the table sometimes, and I felt confident in myself. I knew if I did a clean lap, it would be enough to secure, a front row. So to get pole position, it's incredible, but ultimately, we've had a few good qualifyings recently. We need to convert that into a win now.
Okay, just quick, back in Las Vegas, what's it like being back here racing down the famous strip?
Yeah, it's great always being in Las Vegas. It's, late night, good atmosphere here, and excited for the race now.
All right, congratulations. Pole position, George Russell. Alongside him, Carlos Sainz, congratulations. Big cheer from the crowd here in Vegas. You were 2nd in qualifying last year. You had to take that penalty, but you guys got it done today. A lot of talk about tire temps. It is so cold here. How difficult was it to get those tires into the right operating window for that fast lap?
Yeah, very tricky. Well, thanks for the cheers. That was a tough, tight quali. A bit closer to pole than what I was expecting. Actually, I thought I had pole, and then George came very, very quick there at the end. But yeah, very happy. I think we're starting in a good position for tomorrow. P2 last year, but was P12 on the grid because of the famous drain cover. This year I start P2, so hopefully we can make a better one.
Look, at practice, qualifying pace, 1 lap pace was very close. Race pace, you guys looked very, very strong. How much confidence does that give you that you can convert this into another win on the season?
Yeah, that's why we need to stay confident that tomorrow we could be fighting at the front even more than today. So if today we were closing quali, tomorrow we might have a chance at going for the win. And that will be the target. Obviously, passing and strategy will be a different thing tomorrow. I feel like today, Mercedes were very good at switching those tires on. If you see sector 1, they were flying, they were 3 tenths up on us, and then we were coming back as the lap was going on. But tomorrow it's a clean sheet, new start, and see how the cars behave in high fuel.
And finally, just from the Constructors' Championship standpoint, big opportunity for Ferrari tomorrow. How much is your mindset going into the race? Carlos wants a win versus Ferrari needs as many points as they can to catch McLaren.
I honestly think we need wins also to beat McLaren. It's not like we can afford to just be in front of them because they have a big gap in the championship. And then we're going to Qatar, that it's not going to be a good track for us, and we're going to be struggling there. So, yeah, I think we need to win. So it's not like it changes much my approach.
Perfect. All right. Congratulations.
Thank
Front
you.
row star for Carlos Sainz. And Pierre Gasly will line up 3rd on the grid tomorrow. Incredible run This team's really been on a great run of performance since Austin. You backed it up with an incredible podium position last time out in Brazil. Just talk to me about the emotion of getting a qualifying like this in.
Yeah, it's the first time ever. So no, it's unbelievable. Honestly, we didn't think we'll be able to achieve a top 3 in the quali. So no, it was an incredible lap, especially around this track. You're flirting with the walls everywhere through the lap, and a lot of adrenaline, a lot of excitement. I knew crossing the line it was a good lap, but when they came up on the radio telling me we're lining up 3rd tomorrow, it's just amazing. So really happy.
I mean, times are so tight here, so let's just talk a little bit about how tricky it is specifically here. Cold temperatures, dirty racetrack, low downforce configurations, and walls everywhere. In qualifying for the ultimate lap, how tricky is it here?
Yeah, I mean, I was getting cold in the cab. We had to wait so long before that Q3. I just wanted to get going, and yeah, we had a good first run. That last lap was the one that mattered, with a new tire, and yeah, really managed to nail it. So the car felt great. I must say it's an incredible period for the team following the double podium in Brazil. So hopefully we can stay up there tomorrow.
3rd last time out in Brazil, starting 3rd tomorrow. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful qualifying, wonderful atmosphere. Here's your results then, here before we go off the air here from the stunning Las Vegas panel. We are actually running out of time. JT, quick word from you then. What did you make of that session?
Was a good qualifying session, and well, Pierre Gasly doing Pierre Gasly things. Good to see that Alpine have finally got rid of their tractor from earlier this year, and well, we may start seeing the French flag a little bit more often for the rest of the year.
It's looking quite good. What a race we have for you tomorrow here on JB Motorsports, on air at 5 a.m. GMT. Lights out at 6 as well for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Suited and booted and ready to go. Are we going to crown a world champion? There's only one way to find out. Join us live for the Las Vegas Grand Prix with George Russell on pole position, but Verstappen and Norris side by side on the grid. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.